Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will be joining Dr. Nassif and Dr. Dubrow at their Beverly Hills office because there are some people who are just unhappy with their plastic surgeries going wrong, and we have the review up next.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Perfectly boppish. What's up, everybody? We are your girls here at AfterBuzz TV. I'm your girl Carmen, and I am joined by my lovely co-host.
Hi, do you remember me?
Baby. Yes, I remember you guys. It's Maddie Pops.
It's good to be back with you.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I haven't seen you since Married at First Sight.
Yes.
Which was hilarious.
Best show ever.
I can't wait until it starts again.
And now we're back, and we have this exciting new season of BOTCHED.
BOTCHED.
What do you think? What do you think about it?
Oh, poor. I'm at a loss for words. I went into this like thinking I was gonna feel one way about it, and then I was just like, oh my God, like how do we approach this?
I felt
There's
the same
so much
way.
to digest.
I know.
I've seen boobs that are hanging, like two
out
different species of melons. I've seen lips that have been nicknamed, for lack of a better term, dick-sucking lips. That's what he called them himself.
Can we say that on this network?
Well, guess what? They made us watch it.
We just did. You did.
And we have no other than Miss New York from VH1's, originally from VH1's Flavor of Love.
Flavor of Love.
Showed her tail and became a legend in reality TV divaness, honey. And she's here today to let us know that her surgery is, gravity is taking hold of her breast implants.
Yeah.
This
is interesting for me to watch because I've always contemplated for me getting breast implants. You obviously
have?
Yeah. Like you don't have them.
No, I don't have them.
I can tell. You have very natural.
Oh, thank you.
Good breasts.
My back hurts already at this size, so I can't imagine carrying two small toddlers on my chest.
Oh my gosh, me too.
But baby, New York is there to have her breast removed.
I know.
So they were one size. She goes bigger. Now she's this voluptuous, big-breasted, as she likes to call them, her titties, honey. That's what she called them. Hey, I don't call the shots. I'm not making up these terms, you guys. These are how these people are speaking of themselves. But she goes really, really big. And then she gets a reduction. And to me, like, the reduction was bad.
So bad.
It was so bad.
So bad. I know people who've had reductions.
Yes.
And this is, like, the worst one I've almost seen. I don't know why I've seen reductions.
I do. I have a friend that got a reduction, and of course your friend was to show you, like, look what happened, and it looks really good. But I don't know. I don't know if I went to a doctor and a couple years later my breast started looking crazy, would I go back to that same doctor?
No.
I know. It's like a weird.
That's so weird.
But apparently when he first did them, they looked really good. Did you see them when he first did them?
Yeah.
They looked really good. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, they look good.
But this is the thing. They sag.
Her skin just doesn't want to cooperate.
Yeah, and I think with every person, it just, with your body, it'll just sag or it doesn't.
No,
most of the time it'll sag.
Yeah,
so
like they don't just stay in one place.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's gonna sag.
It is what it is. You got to be taking your what are those vitamins? Collagen vitamins or something?
Is that actually gonna make your boobs be perky though? Like,
I don't know. It's just hard enough to carry around the ones you get. So like adding 6 more pounds to them, is crazy. But apparently her skin doesn't want to cooperate, and now she's there because not only that, she's suffering from something called breast implant illness, where she wakes up with diarrhea in the morning and all of these other things, which is a real thing. Like your body is rejecting.
I have a friend that happened to her.
Right.
And it's scary. Like, she goes, I went to the best doctor in Beverly Hills, and I got breast implants, and kind of went south. And I said, well, did you go to, like, a bad surgeon or something? And she said, no. Like, I went to this guy, he's done Bella Hadid's. I don't mean to, like, rat her out, but, like, like, big celebrities, like, boob jobs and nose job, whatever, and she's still suffering from it.
I just wonder if all of this surgery and trauma to your body is just worth having bigger boobs for a couple of years. Like, they look good for a couple of years. That's how I feel about my butterfly tattoo. I'm like, it was cute when I got it, 10 years ago, but now they just look like two colorful bats. Like, it wasn't really worth it,
but I think, tattoos are...
I'm like,
if
it sucks. Like, any body modifications are weird because you don't know how you're going to feel about them in a few years.
Yeah.
But obviously, hers didn't agree with her, and now they're dropping, and they're drooping, and they're sagging. But to tell you the truth, they just look like, okay, you're about, like, 40-something. They just look like normal, natural boobs. Like, is it okay for your boobs to drop a little bit? It's okay to not be, like...
Well... Why do I know so much about plastic surgery and I don't have boob job? If you have a boob job, you're supposed to get them redone every 5 years.
Like a tattoo, like recolored.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, I have tattoos.
Commitment.
It is a commitment, especially if you don't have money to do it, right?
Right.
That's just what I've heard.
It's a lot. It's risky. I think a lot of girls get them because they're like, no, that's not true. I won't even say that. I'm not going to say that. That was just a total judgment of mine, and that wasn't called for. Well, anyway, she goes back in to show Dr. Dubbrow what's going on with her boobs now. It's a few years later, and they are all over the place. Like, they're trying to find their way back home. Like, one's Toto, one's Dorothy, one's on the other side of the rainbow, one's... Who knows? So she wants them to be a couple again. Yes. Identical twins. And so Dr. Dubbrow, and she wants them out. Like, she doesn't even want the commitment anymore, and Dr. Dubbrow feels like he can help her. And so he takes her into surgery. Did you gag the way I gagged?
I did.
I don't think I was ready for what I signed up for when I said, hey, I want to do botch. I wasn't ready. I didn't realize.
Because I'm honestly, like, into, this sounds so weird to say out loud, I'm into, like, plastic surgery and seeing the before and after.
You like transformation?
Transformation,
I do too.
But seeing it all live and seeing, the gruesomeness of it.
How did you feel when that big flap of skin came up?
Oh, God.
Everything in my arms started crawling. I was sitting like, I couldn't. That flap of skin.
Flap of skin.
And so gross. He, like...
But... Okay, I like seeing the before and after, and I really like the two doctors, and I think they always do a good job, and I've always contemplated getting plastic surgery, even though I probably will never. So it's like interesting to see.
It is, because as good as they are, like, we've seen them do a whole lot of good work on this show.
Yeah.
You still had, like, she still had those results a few years later.
Yeah. I like them fixing things because I actually do have friends who have had bad, breast implants and stuff like that.
And how did they handle it? Like, are they mad? That was it worth it?
No, they're mad, and they talk to me about it, and they say, okay, never get breast implants, never do this.
Right, I've heard it is
blah,
really
blah, blah,
painful.
Blah, blah. It's painful, and I was even contemplating it when I was really young, and they said to me, like, don't get it, you have back problems, which is true.
You have back problems with boobs, period. It is like,
so
it's
they're
a
like,
heavy
don't get
load
it
to carry.
And then some of my other friends who have a little bit more money, they say, okay, well, just go to a really good surgeon. And I'm like, no.
I'm not gonna lie. I've seen some breast jobs that look like really good.
Yeah, no, and
I'm like, okay,
some of them, if you spend the money, you can get a really good boob job. And I'm still scared. I'm terrified. And I don't have the money to do it. I'm like, whatever.
I saw Tiffany on that surgery table stapled up like I don't even know. It was like something off of a horror film, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
And then you see the
and like
surgery.
the meat was like busting out of the staples, and he's like, oh, let's go back and fix it some. I'm just like, oh.
Oh, it's so gross.
So at the end of it all, she goes from something like, I don't know, triple E's or something, down to a large C,
Yeah.
a small D. How did you like her results?
You know, I think it went well for her because at least she's not, you know, that big anymore, and she's like not in pain.
Okay.
So that's great. She seemed happy, and
that's what the doctor was concerned, that she had built like this persona off of being like busty and voluptuous, that it was kind of a part of her personality and who she had become. And then the boobs were down. Can I be honest? She looked so much better with them big to me. I feel so bad because I'm like, a little droop is okay because that's natural. Like, that's okay.
Well, I think
I guess it's about what you feel like.
Yeah, I think a lot of, you know, the types of people that she is, not like judging her at all, but she probably wanted it so big.
The attention.
And she wanted that attention.
I could just imagine it feels so much better on her back.
Oh my god, yeah. I can't even, that's the thing with me. I'm like, I can't even imagine having those big boobs.
I can't imagine going through that process.
To each their own.
When I saw him lift that flap of meat up, I'm like, how can you go through this more than once? It's just, I don't know. But, I don't know. I think my assessment of her surgery is that, okay, I'm glad that she feels better, but I liked her with the big boobs, so...
Yeah, I mean, it suits people. Like, it suits a lot of people.
It goes with her big personality. She has a huge personality.
Huge personality, huge boobs.
Huge boobs. Just hand in hand.
Why not? I mean, why not, right?
Speaking of huge personality, huge boobs, and all of that, there was also another woman who came to see Dr. Nassif and Dubrow. Her name was Gia Gotham. Gia Gotham is into cosplay. Yes. She's a mom by day. She lives a regular square life, so she likes to think. And at night, she's into cosplay, which I just had to ask, like, what is cosplay? It is dressing up like anime. And being kind of sexy about it.
Yeah.
Are you into cosplay?
A little bit.
You are?
I'm not...
I could totally see you with, like, the pigtails and a teeny little tennis skirt on some, like... I see it in you, Maddie.
Okay, well, cosplay... You had someone else explain it to you tonight in the studio, but I'm kind of into cosplay. Like, I'm not really into, like, anime stuff.
Is short for, like, costume?
A little bit, no, but it's more like... kind of, okay, think about Batman or something. Okay. And then you get into that and, like, gaming and stuff like that. Like, that's, like, kind of reminds me of cosplay.
Is it like a sexual fantasy of, like, having sex with?
It's not supposed to be.
It's not supposed to be sexual?
People, I guess, think it's hot.
Well, the reason why I asked if it was sexual, because a part of her cosplay fantasy has to do with body enhancement. Is that the word? Not enhancement, but modification.
Modification, yeah.
And a part of her whole persona is making her boobs bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I'm into costumes and stuff like that, but not, like, sexually. So.
Hey, y'all, this is Josh in the booth right here. I actually have the definition of cosplay with me right here. So cosplay means the practice of dressing up as a character from either a movie, book, or video game, especially ones from Japanese genres of manga and anime.
Oh, okay.
So Japanese. Okay, so that's...
Well, it's not entirely Japanese, but the idea comes from the Japanese culture, and they pretty much imported it here through, like, pretty much, like, genres of just like comic books, movies.
So it's kind of like when you're into like Star Wars and you go to the theater dressed as Darth Vader.
You have some fans that definitely do dress up for those type of things, especially with events like Comic-Con. You'll see a lot of people that dress up in their favorite characters and anything like that. And that's what the big cosplay thing is right there.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, I'm into that, but I'm more into just like dressing as someone in a costume or whatever. So it's not entirely... something with like
I
Japan.
see it in you, Maddie.
Yeah.
I can see Maddie be at home trying on costumes, y'all. You can tell. You can just look at her eye and see
For
it.
sure. But I can almost see you doing that too.
You could?
So. Yeah, a little bit.
If I dressed up as anybody, it would be Vanity. And she's like...
I could see that.
She's different.
I could see that.
Who would I be? I'm not into anime. So I don't know
I'm
who
not
I would
either,
be.
but I could...
Well, it doesn't have to necessarily be anything from anime. It could be from your favorite movie. So say, for instance...
I would be Smurfette.
There you go. Boom.
I could see that.
I would totally be Smurfette. I would be a Snorkel. You remember Snorkel? Are you too young to remember Snorkels? That's what I watched. There was
I thought
no
we were
anime.
the same age.
No, Maddie. Oh, Maddie.
No, Maddie.
Don't make me tell myself out here. I watched really, really cool like cartoons growing up. It wasn't anime quite yet. It was like Transformers and Maddie Pop. Maddie Pop.
Maddie Pop.
Threw me off. And Transformers. And remember Thundercats?
Yeah,
I would totally be a
yeah.
Thundercat.
I remember.
Can you be a Thundercat cosplay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be a Thundercat.
Okay, so there.
Well, anyway, this woman wants to go in because she was really, really busty. She gained weight, and then she had the surgery so she can lose weight, but her boobs stayed the same. And then as her body weight decreased, she realized that one of her boobs was still the same size
Oh gosh.
as the previous surgery that she had, and the other was filled to the CC that she requested in her last surgery. So basically, she comes in because she feels like something's wrong, and then she discovers that one hasn't been inflated.
Yeah.
Yes, she still wants to get more.
Yeah.
More.
I don't know what to think about that. I think that she should just get both removed, and then maybe it'll be even if she gets, both of them to kind of put them back in.
Well,
but what did you think about it?
Here's the thing. I would think that if it's so sad. I feel so bad. This is so hard to review because I would think that if I looked in the mirror and saw my breast in that condition, that I would not want to then go through that procedure again.
Well, it's like time to just remove both.
But here's the thing.
In my opinion,
the
right?
skin is stretched so thick that Dr. Dubbrow says he doesn't even think they should touch them.
Yeah, and this is kind of like what happened with my friend too. When she had to, she got a kind of infection from having breast implants. And
she had BII.
Yeah, and she said to me, she goes, okay, so I can't even get them removed. I literally just have to wait and see what happens. So when I saw this on the show, I was like, okay, do you get them removed? Do you just leave it? What's going to happen, right? So
it's
it's scary.
It's
really scary. And then... Yeah, so I'm like, okay, I'm never going to get breast implants because of all the complications that can happen,
You can just do these. You can do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can do the overhead claps too.
Yeah.
It'll
scary though. It's
just
scary
buy
though.
chicken cutlets and put it in your bras, ladies. If you're home and you're watching this and you want to pump your boobs up, just go to a nice costume store, somewhere that does staging for costumes, and get you some chicken cutlets. We call them chicken cutlets.
I have
and
every shape of chicken cutlets, honestly.
Boom, that's all you need them. You need them for just to fit in the shirt right. Most of the time I'm taping my boobs back so it looks like I have none so that I can wear the low. It's so funny when you don't have them, you want them, and then when you have them, you're like, I wish I just had the flat chest down the middle so I could just, my necklaces could drop down and my boobs won't get in the way.
Yeah. And
you're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
No,
but honestly, it's serious. I am someone who, I have smaller boobs or whatever, and then when I have them in a really big push-up bra, people are like, "Oh my god, you got implants or whatever," and I'm like, "No, I didn't. It's just from
but
this
you can wear
and the cutlets." And then
See?
It's you don't need
even
anything
need
else,
to
right?
get BII to have better looking cleavage, to have BIC. Okay?
And we should say that to the
We should.
the host of Botched.
Like, you guys should
Just let
sell
them
chicken
know.
cutlets in the back, like on a rack. Like, have you seen our chicken cutlet section? We can sell you like an insert in your bra to even you up when you're out and about. But
Exactly.
did you happen to get a look at like the sister's face that was with Gia Gotham, the one who was like went to the doctor with her? She was praying with everything in her that doctor would not make her breasts bigger. You could tell she was totally there. Like, I'm like, if you brought the wrong person, if you're trying to like manifest this for you to happen, your friend is totally hating on your idea.
Yeah,
She was like-
she wasn't happy.
She was in the corner like, Doc, no. So she got denied.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and last but not least, there's a guy named Jonathan who was on Botched before. He came in because his lips were at the brink of fullness. And he wanted to take it over the edge. He wanted to push his yin past the edge and have his lips enlarged. And Dr. Nassif and, am I saying it right? Dr. Nassif and Dr. Dubrow were like, no, we don't think so. So he goes against their better judgment and advice, and he goes and
okay, do we
puffs those
think
lips up.
Yeah, do we think he looks better now?
God, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I understand that big lips are beautiful and full and voluptuous, but like, not to the point where it's gonna cost you work. Not to the point where like, okay, so what he does for a living, he's saying that it's interfering with maybe him getting hired. People aren't taking him seriously. I'm assuming he's coming off looking like a porn star. He said it himself. I didn't say this, you guys. He said he had D sucking lips, and you can fill in the blank on D. I said it earlier. I don't know if I can say it again.
I don't mean to laugh, but
he said it. He said it.
Like, okay, so
He's like, I want to be more than D sucking lips. I'm like, you should have thought about that.
I know before
when you were
you
trying to
went
have
on
them.
TV.
You knew what you were doing. You knew why you got
Yeah.
those lips, but Jonathan.
He, to me, he doesn't look good. What do
He
you
wanted to
think?
be he looks ridiculous.
Yeah, he looks like the first thing I thought when I saw him, I was like I'm not gonna say it out loud, but I thought that when they, kind of saw him, they would fix it a little bit more, and then you see him at the end of the show, and he's just kind of like, I'm better, but he kind of still has the same lips,
I was
right?
like, they still look the same.
They look the same.
You gotta slow down when you're
He
looking
has
at
to,
whatever you're looking at and comparing yourself to that. You have to really slow down and think about your future before you go do all of these things that you can't reverse.
Oh, what is his future? I don't know. Maybe he wants to be the guy known as
Maybe he should go
with
into
the big
porn.
lips. Maybe.
What I mean, at this point, he just has to live with his consequences. Like, I don't even know what to say. What do you do at that point? I feel bad.
Yeah.
I feel bad. He can go on. He can create an advocacy where he goes around the country and gives speeches on why not to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he could do that.
Or maybe we can get him on here and ask him what his intentions are.
I think if he's a really good dancer, then he should still be able to get hired.
Oh yeah,
But he's saying it interferes with people taking him seriously.
I would take him seriously.
I don't think. Do you
I
think
just want to
it's anything
ask
wrong?
what he's doing.
I think lip fillers look good on certain people, and you'd be surprised who has lip fillers. Like, it's a lot of people who get that little boop boop.
Yeah, I mean, I
Not
tried
mad
it.
at it.
I tried it once, and then
I'm not mad at it, but you just gotta know when to stop.
yeah, that's too much for him. I would love to get him on the show, though.
We would love to get him on the show. and just, will he come? I feel like he wouldn't come because we haven't, like, what would we have?
We
would
haven't
be
said
looking
anything
at him
bad.
like, but I feel like it would be all on our faces. Like, I feel like I would catch myself staring at his lips so many times that I don't even want to put, I don't want to put myself in that kind of uncomfortable situation.
Well, he probably would look at my lips and be like, you have filler. And I'd be like, no.
Be like, well,
I tried it once.
Where to stop.
And then I had to get it removed. And then they told me
What was your experience like? Tell us. Did it hurt?
So, yeah, it hurt a lot. So I got lip filler, and they did it on just my top, and there's still a bump. And so it was so painful, and they said, you don't even need lip filler, whatever. And I said, yeah, I know. I've always had big lips.
You just wanted to try it.
I said I wanted to be bigger, and you look at, like, Instagram and everything, and everyone has it. So I was like, okay, I'll do it, whatever.
Is Instagram, like, is that what is it? Does it have us, like...
Well, it has everyone like, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I think, for at least my experience. So,
I've seen some butts that have definitely made me want to, like... I don't have butt
injections.
I've seen some butts... No, I've seen some butts that have definitely made me want to step my game up. Maybe not cosmetically, but I'm like, I need to do squats.
I know. I say that too myself.
I need to, like, stand on the wall, like, do leg lifts more often.
No, I know. And I actually know people who have butt not injections really, but just, like, you know, kind of look at people and they're like, now I need injections, like, in my butt, in my hips, whatever.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, you have to get it... Go slow, especially if you're a person whose weight fluctuates, especially with the booty.
Me.
Because you don't want to get a huge butt and then become really small and then your butt is still the same size. It's like, I could tell her butt was perfect for her, like, a few pounds ago. But then you're stuck with the butt.
I know.
You know what I do think looks good? I'm not going to lie. Probably wouldn't have the nerve to get it, but, like, the fat transfer butts. I've seen some really nice fat transfer bodies.
I know a lot of people who have that.
Yeah.
And
we live in Hollywood.
Perfect for talking about now that we're on Botch.
Yes.
I know a lot of people have it. It's like you literally inject, I think it's like your boobs and then your hips and then it's like everything. It's like, I really want to get it, but I'm scared. And
do you want to hear the craziest thing I've ever heard? And it has to do with lips.
Okay.
Okay, brace yourselves, people. I've heard that the best way for people to do their lips, brace yourself, for women, is because all the lips on your body are made of the same skin, if you can imagine what I'm talking about. And that they take skin from one set and put them on the other.
What do you mean? Like where in your body? Oh, like down?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And they take it and because it matches this skin.
Okay.
And they use that to make the lips bigger. And that's the way you get the best lips. I heard somebody really, really famous in the business has
really
like
scary.
Twat lips.
That sounds really frightening. But
how far is too far?
I might be into it. I don't know.
How far is too far?
So you go down.
You go down to get the skin that matches here. And then they add it here and it looks really flawless and it's supposedly, you know. That's the most interesting. I had. Where else can we talk about that but on Botch?
Well, obviously, yeah. I was just gonna say this is the perfect conversation for Botch.
Yes, but you know, I don't know if I'm brave enough to do any of it, but this is very interesting. We have to talk about it.
I would do it.
You would?
I had a botch job on my lips, and then I had to get it out of off my lips and whatever, and now I have nothing. I know a lot of people don't believe that because I have big lips and I just overline them, but I would be willing to try that. Maybe
you should look it up if that's your thing. See if it's real. Maybe we can look it up.
Okay, why don't you try it?
I love these. The boosh. The boosh.
I would be scared of it messing up. Anyways, we have to get back to the show.
Before we get back, let's just take a quick brief break to thank the AfterBuzz Network for providing us with this lovely studio for us to come and do these wonderful reviews on your favorite shows. We do everything from reality to drama, scripted, live series, whatever you can think of TV version wise, we have it here to offer. So you can tune into YouTube and subscribe to your favorite style of television, and there you'll find your favorite reviews hosted by us, your lovely AfterBuzz hosts. But thanks for tuning in. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Subscribe to, like I said, subscribe to the network and keep tuning in. We thank you very, very much on behalf of our network for tuning in. And that's what it is.
Yes, thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in. It's always so much fun.
So did we like Jonathan's lips? What was the conclusion on the lips?
No. I want to say yes, but
it's so hard
he needs a little less.
What do we like? Does he have to just like contour from now on? He has to use like lip pencil a little bit to bring him down. Like, what does he do?
Well, lip pencil will make it look bigger, don't you think?
At least he got his 15 minutes and he got to be on TV.
Yeah, I think he needs a little less gone. But you think they're big enough or small enough, or what do you think?
It's too big. I think he went way too far.
Yeah. Well, I think after they removed all of that, I think it's still too big.
Yeah. It was tolerable when he first came. It's like, okay, you're the guy with the lip injections. I get it.
Yeah.
But then when he went bigger, you know.
And he's very, like, cocky about it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not against him or anything, but I feel like he should have been... Yeah, he should have been like, okay, I need more removed or something. Like, it still looks
at least
a little
he
bit
admitted,
ridiculous.
At least he admitted that he was wrong. I mean, like, I should have listened to you guys' advice or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's make up a little special segment. Okay. My contribution, I think, to the special segment is...
You need to get me into... Okay.
My introduction to this, my little... inclusion for the special segment is, was it worth it? So Tiffany getting her boobs smaller, was it worth it, or she should have just stuck with the middle job?
I think that she needs to go smaller, for sure. And
I think she went too small. I think it wasn't worth it.
No, it wasn't. Okay. Well, I think it looks better though than what they had, like what she had initially.
Maybe it was the outfit she had on, but those shoulders were made for boobs that were really big. Did you see them?
Yep. And
the shoulder pads and the jacket, I was like, oh no, she doesn't quite know how to dress for her boobs yet.
Yeah, because it's like if you know that you have like smaller boobs or whatever, like she obviously didn't know what was coming.
We already decided, Jonathan, it wasn't worth it. He should have never gone bigger, right?
Never.
And what about our cosplay lady? Was it worth it for her to get her cosplay life on? Like, I don't think it's wrong with her wanting bigger boobs because she was a bigger woman.
It was saggy though.
My question is,
I didn't like it.
Was it worth it for her to go ahead, if she was already happy with herself, to get the gastric bypass? Who knows why? Maybe it helped her health or something.
If it helped her health, like, that's great.
Right.
But in terms of anything else, like, I feel like it was, like, saggy, and then it still seems saggy. I don't know. That's so mean of me to say. Like, it's not like I have good boobs. But, I don't know. Like, it felt saggy, and, I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I don't know how we're gonna come out of this. I hate being like the host who like has to come down on, like, I want to leave on an up note, but when you're dealing with a show like Botched, I don't know how we're gonna come out of this on an upbeat when there's no solution to this permanent stuff that has happened to people. All we can hope is that we get to see some really, really awesome transformations, and hopefully everyone's story won't be as tragic as this. I'm looking forward to some really, really good transformations. I'm looking forward to being like, wow, they really fixed that. So hopefully we'll get more of that than having to like be super critical, like, what did you guys do? Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to seeing Dr. Nassif and Dr. Dubrow really do their thing, work their magic. What about you, before we wrap this thing up? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, so I think maybe next week we'll get like, you know, other people on the show. We'll get like, obviously, and yeah, other people on the show.
Yes.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to log into
We're having
this
a technical
thing.
difficulty.
Yeah,
but
I'm trying to log into AfterBuzz thing and try and get you guys involved. I don't know the password to this. But anyways, we're so excited for next week. We are going to talk to you guys about everything that's happening and
more botched surgeries.
Yeah, more botched surgeries.
We're keeping our fingers crossed with some beautiful transformations.
And the results.
We want to start comparing like the befores and afters, so hopefully that's something next week we'll be able to get into. Until then, you guys, I am your girl Carmen, and I will see you guys next week along with my friend.
Hi, Maddie Pox.
Where can I find you, Maddie?
I'm at Maddie Pox on Instagram.
And I am King_Karma on Instagram. And that's where you guys can find us until next week. It was really, really great seeing you, and we'll see you next week.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its